Hi, this is PixeltheElf, and today I'm going to be answering some of y'all's questions that you left me. I got a comment a little bit ago asking if I would do a Q&A, and so I posted a YouTube short seeing if you guys had any questions for me, and a few of you did. So I'm going to be answering those today, and if you guys have questions that aren't answered in this, you can leave them in the comments, and I'll try to answer those too. Yeah, let's just get started. So our first question is from the People's Choice podcast, and they want to know what my favorite cosplay is and why. And I don't know if you've seen my profile picture and most of my videos, but my favorite cosplay is Miss Joke. She was like a comfort character for me during 2020 because that was when I first got introduced to her on My Hero Academia and decided that I really wanted to cosplay her. And so I worked on the cosplay, and that's when I got into TikTok and recording videos, and she was just like this introduction to I can share my costumes and people will really respond to it. It was just amazing, and I just got to spend so much time fixing her costume, making it better, improving it over, and as I learned skills, got to apply them to that costume, and I'm still wanting to improve that costume and make it even better. And then just that cosplay means so much to me, and just the joy that she exudes and the laughter, just her as a character means a lot to me. And so when I cosplay her, I just feel like smiling. I just feel like telling jokes and making other people smile. That is my favorite cosplay. And I have so many that I love, but Miss Joke is just she has such a soft spot in my heart, so that is my favorite cosplay. And then we have another question from Jason W9362, and they said, hey, so I was wondering how long does it usually take to do a cosplay? Hi! It really depends on the character, the costume, and how much of it are you gonna make, how much of it are you gonna buy. So for me, it could take months to ordering something on Amazon and having to wait a couple days for it to come in. If you're gonna do a very intricate costume and try to make everything you can, that could last from months to years, really. And, of course, you can buy something, and that doesn't take away anything from your cosplay experience. If you don't have the skills, or you don't, have the means to start developing those skills, ordering a costume, there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're putting love into this character, you have passion to do this character, it doesn't matter how you acquire the costume. But if you're gonna make it, it can last a long time. It can take a very long time to make a costume. But I would say months to a year to years to... It really depends on the costume. It's taken me, working on and off on Miss Joke a couple years. Just, finish the costume. Oh, I want to improve this. I want to improve this. So continuously that took a few years, and just on one costume, focusing on that to completion, I've had costumes take a couple months, and then, ordering some a couple days to weeks waiting for that to come in. So it really just depends. And our next question comes from Wrestle Theory, who wants to know what was the most time-consuming cosplay that I've ever done. And I would say, besides Miss Joke, that was over the course of years and just okay, I'm gonna change this aspect, or change this detail, or fix this. Just lock in, working on a cosplay would be beast work. That, from design to making the base, work costume, just the cape and the hat, and then onto the antlers, the lantern, just even the smallest details, that took up to a year to work on. And that's just continuous when I had the time, just putting that time and effort into working on that costume. Because of course I don't have the time to just work on costumes all day and recording videos, so just the time that I had putting into that costume, it took up to a year to finish. And it's one of my favorites. Not very con-friendly, but it is one of my biggest costumes that I've done, and definitely the most time consuming. RJP33 wants to know what is the most challenging and the most satisfying thing about being a cosplay content creator, which until this moment I did not even consider myself to be. So thank you, I think, for considering me a content creator. I guess I do create content, so that's a given. Okay, so the most challenging, the most satisfying, I think, come from the same place for me, and that's I'm putting my everything into my costumes, just my love for the character and where they come from, my creativity, learning new skills, applying these skills, just there's so much of me that goes into these costumes. And so the challenging part can be when there's just, you know, mean comments and not critiques. I want to take constructive criticism, but when it's just cringe, this sucks. A lot of mean comments, it kind of hurts because I'm putting myself out there and putting my creativity and my love out there, and then when it's like not constructively critique but just this sucks, it sucks to hear and to see that, especially when you get that little bit of like that serotonin boost when you see someone has responded, someone has noticed my video or my costume, and then, you know, you click on the notification and it's just cringe. I mean, it might be cringe, but if it's cringe, I'm still having fun, so. And yeah, I guess that would be the most challenging where I'm at. I'm sure as I, like, you know, post more, create more, grow this channel, it's gonna get more challenging, but for where I'm at right now, it's just the mean comments that really suck and is really challenging, and it makes it like a little harder for me to want to post the videos that mean a lot to me, because it's like, what if they get made fun of? What if this love that I'm putting into this character is seen as something stupid? It's challenging to put yourself out there like that and then be met with meanness, I would say. But the most satisfying also comes from that is when I get wonderful comments from people who are also fans of this media that I love, and we get to just gush about it together, or when someone sees me cosplaying one of their favorite characters and we just get to share the love of this character together. It's just so rewarding, and it makes me want to keep posting, just to have interactions with you guys about these characters that we love. That is the most satisfying and what keeps me posting. I want to keep interacting with you guys about these wonderful characters and these medias that they come from. It's just, that is the part that I love. And also just recording is really fun. And dressing up as these characters that I love is so much fun. And I love sharing it with you guys. Lizelle6 says, "You're so good with cosplay. Have you ever competed at Comic-Con?" First of all, thank you. That's very nice to say, because I can sometimes be very critical of myself. So that's really nice. Thank you for saying I'm good at cosplay. I've competed 3 times at my local convention, and I got 2nd place with Beastward. I didn't place as GLaDOS, but that was fine. I was just proud of myself for competing. I'm a very shy person, and so getting up on the stage and showing off something I've been working on was very scary. And so I was just proud of myself for competing, so I'm not even pressed about that. And one of my newest cosplays, Hermes, I got Judge's Choice, and that was amazing because Epic was like just had me in a chokehold. So I had to cosplay a character from Epic, and so to cosplay that character and then go to my convention and then make Judge's Choice was just amazing. It was just like the little bow on top of my Epic experience. Even though it's still not over, I will still be listening to that musical for years to come. But yeah, I have competed at Comic-Con, and I'm hoping to compete this year as my secret new cosplay that I'm working on right now. Maybe you guys will get a hint as to what that is. Maybe if you make it to the end of the video. A question comes from someone who tried to leave this question so many times and it did not work. For some reason, YouTube was like, no, you don't get to do that. You don't get to talk. You are silenced. So I thought I would include it, even though I don't have the comment on the screen. I was told what the comment was, and it was what made me get into cosplay. So when I was in middle school, I saw this TV show. I don't know what it's called. I don't know how to find it, but myself, my brother, and my mom would watch this TV show, and it was like this docu-reality series, whatever, about cosplayers going to conventions and competing and dressing up and just all these intricate, amazing costumes. And watching that, we all turned to each other and said, we need to do this. This is amazing. And at the time, we were all really into Portal, specifically Portal 2. And so I wanted to cosplay Shell. My mom's like, GLaDOS is mine, because she absolutely loved GLaDOS. And my brother wanted to cosplay Wheatley. And we just all were like, yes, we're gonna do this. And then we didn't. I didn't start cosplaying until years later when I was in late high school. Maybe senior year? I don't know. Around that time, that's when I first started cosplaying. And it was, my first costume was just steampunk girl. My mom made my dress. We made little accessories, little goggles, and a purse. And it was like my first time going to a convention. And it was amazing. Just, it wasn't a character, it was, I guess, an original character, but just like dressing up and seeing other people's costumes for the first time in person was just amazing. But I really got into cosplaying other characters besides like original characters in the 2020s. I was at home, couldn't do anything, found TikTok, and I'm like, yes, I need to do this. Looks so fun. And so I started working on Miss Joke, actually. I think I had a Hinata cosplay before I did Miss Joke. I think. And so I recorded little videos of her. But Miss Joke was like, this is the thing I want to do. I want to dress up as her. I want to make every bit of it. I want to learn all I can to make this costume. And I recorded it, and it blew up on TikTok. I don't know if it's blowing up now. I got like 500 subscribers, followers, I don't know, I'm not on TikTok anymore, but I got like that overnight, and it was like, whoa, I can keep doing this. I can keep recording and posting, and people are gonna see it and like it and talk to me about these characters, and then, you know, it went from there. And now I'm on YouTube, and hopefully I can keep showing you guys all these creations and characters that I love, because it's so much fun, and it's so much fun sharing it with you guys. But yeah, that's what got me to cosplay a reality TV show that I don't remember the name of. And being in lockdown with the TikTok account. Alright, thank you guys for making it to the end of this video of me just sitting here rambling in my room with a microphone. If you liked it, please like, comment any questions that you have that I didn't answer, and subscribe if you want to see more cosplay content, or me sitting in my room talking to myself. If you want to see that again, let me know, and I can do that. I have the capability. Oh, and you made it to the end of this video? This is the media in which my cosplay that I'm working on is from. If you want to leave in the comments what character you think I'm gonna cosplay from this movie, I might let you know if that's the character. If you get it right, I'll let you know. And hopefully I will finish that costume before the end of the year, and you guys will get to see it. Maybe you'll be the first to see it, besides me, because I'll be wearing it. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!